right. All right. We can talk over the intro. Jeff can't hear. The best part about this intro for behind the scenes is if Jeff is here, Jeff can't hear the music.
No, he can't.
So it's just me talking. I'm talking over the music as we get introed. And Jeff's not here. Jeff's like, Dre's just talking as if he's waiting for some music to stop.
No,
and I'll give you a shout out, by the way. That amazing music, as we've mentioned before, is by Mike. I hope I'm saying this right. I'm going to say Slaytron because that's the coolest sounding version. Getting my gloves,
yeah,
Jeff.
I think it's Slaytron.
And unfortunately I was not able to see him this week. I was in his neck of the woods, Chicago. But as you people in big cities know, whenever you're like, hey, I'm in your neck of the woods, want to meet up? You're like, well, that'll take me an hour and a half to get there, right? Like, and if I'm like, and the only time I can meet is middle of your day during your workday, it's like, yeah, driving 3 hours to see you for 30 minutes might not work out.
That happens to me a lot, and I always have to remind people, I try to say it as nicely as possible, but I'm like, hey, just as a heads up, your vacation is not my vacation.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, I have this, not a problem, but like my wife, every time we talk about Texas, because I got family out there, it'll be like, oh, we're going to Texas. Can we see these people? And I'm like, well, that's a 7-hour drive. Like they are both in the state
of the the country of France. So,
yeah. All right. So let's break down what we're doing, Jeff. I got jealous of you. So for those that don't know, you're here hopefully, but if you're randomly on this channel and just listening audio, you are at Jeff Has Cool Cards, the coolest place on the internet, might I say. And Jeff on Friday, which this is why you got to subscribe. Jeff's been doing mailbags, which is awesome. So Jeff on Friday got a mailbag, and Jeff, I'm not going to say I get jealous, but I was like, I got to get on this mailbag action. So we're going to do a mailbag, and we're going to break some Loki cards. And Jeff, let me ask you a question before we get going.
Yes, sir.
Based on comments, I don't think you're worried about offending Panini America, but I want to ask your opinion before I get going on that.
I think Panini is a company that is floundering, and their quality control is trash.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to stay along the same lines, which is good. So I can't show another mailbag. I can't show another mailbag thing, Jeff, because it's a surprise. But this is a PSA, not the grading card company, just an in general comment. If you send a goddamn card in the mail, I'm getting upset, Jeff. Then this is not acceptable. Just a bubble mailer, and I swear to God, if there's not, this does not feel like a top loader, so I'm already upset.
If it doesn't, if it has a top loader, it's fine. But
I actually left. I didn't leave bad, so this does have a top loader, but I left mediocre review to someone. So you are aware of this, Jeff. This is the Contavious Caldwell Pope that we traded in the 250 points from the WNBA box that I broke recently. As you recall, so you knew this because you were talking to me real time, this cost me $10 in shipping and handling. So they were like, free card. I was like, absolutely awesome. I go to redeem it, and they're like $10. And let's just be candid, I could have picked up a card of this quality. Like my local card shop has cards of this level, like autograph cards. Like I got like a Gem Mint 10, whatever, secondhand brand, right, of Michael Porter Jr. at my local card shop. So, and then I got another card in the mail, which is the same thing, which is just like a top loader and a bubble wrap with like, at least do the PSA thing, put some rubber, put some cardboard around it. Adam Todd Brown is a commensurate professional about this. Like he buys like the nice, like if you want to go, it's like Hoots and something, but go look at like if you are a member of the You Don't Even Like This network of shows, on the Discord, Adam has a link to all of his shops. Keeping movement going.
His YouTube shop is great,
and he is great. Like he ships fast. He
ships properly. Yeah.
He packages right. And I'm saying this is from a key company. This was supposed to be a reward, and they charged me $10 for this. And I'm like, absolutely not. If it was free, maybe I give it to you. But I paid $10 in shipping and handling, and got a top load, and got basic top loader, simple bubble wrap, no cardboard around it. Like follow the PSA guidelines. Do a do cardboard, do a rubber band. It's so easy. You can be like my cool friend Landon. I don't know where he got this box. So this is from Patreon subscriber Jimmy and Bimmy Out Fighting Crime. And Jeff, I think you're going to get a kick out of this box. So we're going to see what happens here. So,
I saw some A-Team wax in there.
We did the Doom episode, as you recall.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff was so fast to shoot this down on the Doom episode. Basically, oh my gosh, Jeff, this is too cool. So basically, on the Doom episode, I brought up a theory my friend Bimmy and Jimmy Out Fighting Crime had, which is that, hey, in the original Doom game, the backstory, and I'll show some movement so you can see some other cool cards as I ramble on about Doom. In the movie, in the game of Doom, look at that, Jeff. That's so cool. Supergirl cards. T2 nice. Judgment Day cards.
Ooh, I love that. That version of T2 is great. I like the Topps T2s.
This is so cool. And the A-Team. So
nice.
Anyway, so here's what we got. And he's got a cool vintage shop that like has single packs out that he occasionally goes to. So I'm looking forward to those. Anyway, in the game, the Doom game, the main character, Doom guy, is stuck because he refused to fire on civilians. So in the movie, this character, the kid, refuses to fight with civilians. Like, is he going to be Doom guy? That was a theory. And you were like, that's the stupidest thing ever. Who would think that hard? Bimmy and Jimmy Out Fighting Crime would. I found this online autographed of the kid. And here's the thing. eBay said it arrived, but it didn't. So we actually have 2 of this card, Jeff. We have 2 of the kid, and we're going to get it graded. Myself and Landon are going to get this graded.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Because we got to, right? You got to. So that's the story behind that. Check out, by the way, that episode of Nerd with Tom Ryman and John Ryman, the Ryman. And I'm going to give a spoiler to a Nerd producer, Mike Slatron, where his new thing is like every time I make a reference to the back catalog, take a shot. Just did it, Mike. Okay. What do you think, Jeff? What do you want to open first? We got Supergirl. We got T2. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Another nerd callback. Take a shot. We did an amazing episode on this. I think
that's actually Ninja Turtles 1.
That's just Ninja Turtles 1. Oh, sorry. I got this is just me being old. I was looking at like those, and I thought that was like a 2 down there. It's just the buildings.
No, because that if you look at the wrapper, that's the poster, like the movie poster was that. That was one of their movie posters.
You have such a jeweler's eye for this, which is amazing, Jeff. You know.
I mean, you just do nerd stuff all the time.
Yeah. A-Team is good. So what do you think, Jeff? What do you want to go with first?
I think you should go with Supergirl first.
I remember this movie, and this was such a bad movie. It had didn't have Peter O'Toole in it?
Yeah, it's what we like to refer to in the movie industry as a real piece of trash.
Okay, dang. I was hoping for... The quality is not... You can see it's been stuck on the shelf. This is wax. This is the top card. You can even see some of that there. I'll try and do back and forth. That's a cool-looking card. My favorite set, Jeff, and at one point I may want to actually complete, this is the...
Oh, Gremlins. My God. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but at halftime in the Celtics, Pritchard sank a half-court 3 at the buzzer.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Peyton Pritchard? He's like the first player in NBA history to like get 0 points and go 0 for 5 from 3 in a winning finals attempt. I got some love for that after game 1, so I'm glad he's redeeming himself. What is the score if you are fine with spoilers?
The Celtics are up by a considerable amount. It's like 65 to 53, I want to say.
Do you think Jaylen Brown's going to be getting the Finals MVP? Because it's going to take a monumental performance out of Tatum too, and the voters are too cowardly to give it to the rightful one, which is Luka Doncic.
Well, Derek White. It's 67 to 46.
These are stickers too, by the way. That's cool.
Yes. Derek White, also, somebody fell on Derek White and, like, basically smashed his nose into the ground, into the parquet.
Is he out?
No, he came back in and drained a 3.
I may have to send this to you, Jeff. That's just, look at those hearts. That's too cool. Remember the entire premise of Supergirl, the most, like, according to lore, more powerful than Superman, and she's, like, fighting with the sorceress over a gardener, I want to say? in this movie.
Sounds about right.
This is a cool sticker. I might actually take the sticker off and use it. Danger Phantom Zone. These are actually pretty good
Oh
looking
yeah.
cards. Like, that's the funny thing. Cinematography, I mean, I actually like the brightness of it. The costume design was cool. It's not like the Gremlins cards, which I was referencing, which like are numbered. I would actually love to complete the Gremlins 2 set because it's numbered cards that take you through the movie.
They take you through the whole thing.
Yeah, which is great. I call upon my astral image to eliminate you. Okay, we got a puzzle piece card of just part of Supergirl. That's kind of weird. Oh, that's pretty good. There are actually some cool stickers in these. That's just like there are 2 really good Supergirl stickers in these. I am happy with this set so far.
Yeah.
So here's what's funny. Oh, good.
Go ahead. I was going to say I bought a box of Topps Chrome Platinum today. I didn't film it. I just opened it because I wanted to, and I pulled some really great numbered cards. But my auto was like a Ken Waldachuk base auto, and boy, was that not worth it. That's like a $3 card.
What in the world is this? By the way, that sticker just got Peter O'Toole and. Do you know the actress that played Supergirl's name? I wish.
Yes, Helen Slater.
Helen Slater. Just like, that's exactly what you want out of a Supergirl set is, just the actors in like normal clothes. Let your imagination explode. I love this set though, Jeff. This was a cool set of cards. If I see any of these cheap, that would be fun to do. By the way, I see Logan in the chat. Logan, you and I got to chat more. I'm trying to will into existence a crossover. I actually inadvertently had a dueling episode of WNBA Talk. So this is Dave Barry with Nefertiti Walker. His co-author was actually a D1. She scored over 20 points a game in her senior year, and is now at UMass as like a vice chancellor. So she's amazing. They wrote a book deconstructing the myths about women's sports and like how there's no attendance. And like Logan sounds like he has all the facts in the book already in his brain. And I would love to hear Dave Barry, Adam Todd Brown, and Logan Trent on a podcast at some point. This is a bummer that I know you know, Jeff, but like just older cards that are in wax, right? Just the transference you can kind of see.
Well, yeah, we saw that with when we pulled the Mattingly out of the 84 Topps, and it came back a 5 because it was just coated in gum funk.
Yeah.
Like there's always one, you sacrifice one card to the wax and one card to the gum.
Jeff, I love, me, and backs of cards. I love the design of the backs of these cards. Absolutely love it. We got to rescue Mom. That's cool. Landon, you did good. Landon or Jimmy and Bimmy out fighting crime. Sarah's nightmare. Oh, that's so lame. Look at the front. The front's an atom bomb. And the back's like, and they're hanging at a party.
It's funny because there's another set of Terminator 2 cards. It's actually much more popular than the Topps one, weirdly enough.
Really? I've got a couple. So our buddy Robert Patrick, who is probably one of the only is it Dacascos or Dacascos? I've heard both.
I believe it's Dacascos.
So Mark Dacascos and Robert Patrick, 2 of the only bright spots in the Double Dragon movie, the best episode of Nerd in my opinion, with the best sponsor name. Fortunately, Robert Patrick off the court, you one of these you're like, I love Robert Patrick and all this stuff, and then he's like follower in Christ, and you start following his Twitter and Instagram, and you're like, I don't know, but got a cool Robert Patrick card. This card right here is just badass. Check that. Just Sarah Connor. Okay, back of the card. Cool. That is a cool one. Back of the card, live up to it. Okay, that's really good. This is, I'm going to, me, Jeff, I'm a boring guy, but front of card and back of card.
Are you going to slab that one?
I might. Do you think I should?
The Sarah Connor.
I think I got to. So give me 1 second. I'm going to, and I got a cool thing, Jeff. I had to share. My cards were bunking with yours. So I have a Jeff box, which is where I put stuff when I'm out and about, find stuff for you to send you in the mail. And I've got some cool stuff to send you in the near future, by the way. I'm looking forward to it.
I have a box with 3 envelopes ready to go. I'm waiting to get something finished before I send it out.
Thanks, Jeff. That's awesome. Appreciate it.
It's literally, I have like 3 months of packages and other things too. Like I have some of your bowling cards and stuff. ready to go. I just have to get
Well,
something taken
it's
care
such a
of.
pain. I mean, we're talking about this. That's the theme of the show, right? Is the theme of the show, of course, is take care of your cards, ship them right, etc., etc. Like Panini doesn't, which is a real pain. If you charge your customers $10 to send them a gift, and it's that, I'm upset.
Yeah.
So I've got this is what I always do. Just get it in the penny sleeve, get it in the Panini top loader, put it in the Dre box. So again, this used to be bunking with the Jeff box, but I got a Dre box, which is cards that I may or may not grade. This is I got my Jewelloid Auto. So I'll show you this real quick. Sarah Connor. Don't know if I'll do him because he's awesome, but he's productive, but I don't know if he'll ever be great. Got my numbered KG. Got this puzzle piece, LaMarcus Aldridge. Got my autographed EJ Tackett. We pulled this, Jeff. I was like, maybe he'll win. Every time I pull a top bowler on our streams, they
Yeah,
lose the
you
next
jinx
major
them.
tournament.
Yeah,
I'm bad
you
luck.
jinx them out real bad.
Yeah. And then Walter Ray Williams Jr., probably Mount Rushmore of greatest bowlers. And then our Jewelloid Auto. So that's what's in the Dre box to potentially get graded. And actually, I'll put those after the stream. I'll put the kid cards. I'll slab those, not slab them. I'll get them in the correct top loaders, and those will go off. Okay, last card. This was such a cool movie, T2.
I love them. I was just watching I was looking at an old tweet that I wrote about how I felt really happy for Orson Welles that he was alive when Terminator came out, but I felt really bad that Orson Welles died before Terminator 2 came out.
That's true. Man, Jeff, bringing the room down. You didn't even use a Betty White meme to do that. Okay, we're on to the A-Team. I'm not going to lie. This was a show I never really watched. It was just one of those that kind of missed me. I don't know if it was not on Nick and Night, but, you can't forget the van. I remember, the A-Team on Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's a bummer. Can't tell.
I do not remember that. That's awesome.
A-Team and... Oh, okay, cool. This is cool. I thought that was an error, like a thing. I think that's a cigar.
Yeah. Well, it's Hannibal.
The face man's here. They're numbered, which I love. If we're talking backs of cards, you got to be numbered.
Yep.
Landon in the chat says...
the front of the card, man.
Well, I did show the front, but, the back, you got to worry about that. Yeah. But yeah, Logan in chat. I'll cheat here. I actually pinged you, I think, on Discord. But I definitely want to get, an email chain started because direct messaging on social media isn't the best, and I am such a fan of what Logan's been doing lately with WNBA content, and I want more. I even want in and maybe doing some breaking, Jeff. So this is the lamest thing ever to be like, I'm doing a live break. I see you in the chat. Check your messages, and I sent you my email, Logan, if you want to do that. Hannibal hated that woman. I don't know any... Okay, we got... This is cool. Is this Baracus on top of a car? Or a stuntman on top of a car? Someone's on top of a car.
Yeah, that sounds about...
Oops.
Nobody knows.
Oops, wrong turn. I don't hate these cards. I don't want to collect the set, but, I actually do like that mid-'80s, like the look of the front, look of the back.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, the A-Team was a very formulaic show, but, that's what the 80s was.
Cake is formulaic, pizza's formulaic. You can like formulaic stuff. It just has to be done well. And you got Mr. T at the middle.
Oh, is that your sticker?
That is a sticker, and this is a nice one. We got some nice stickers today.
Yeah, how's the condition of that sticker?
It looks pretty good, actually. What do you think?
Stickers, weirdly, high-grade stickers usually do very well, but I don't know if the A-Team is popular enough. I said, I ran into those PSA 10 Star Wars stickers, and
wild.
One was $700.
That is, because those are super. To all the stuff we're saying, right? Old packs, they weren't necessarily packed as well. Wax with, in some cases, gum. Additionally, just stuff you're already noting this, right? If stuff just hangs around, you're going to get you run the risk that, being on a shelf, you could just be weighted wrong. Of course, there's humidity of where you're stored, all that stuff. Jeff May says to grade the Sarah Connor. I am grading the Sarah, and I am potentially grading this. And here's part of the fun of collecting, Jeff. You've gotten me into a lot of collecting stuff on many fronts, but a lot of fun is like gifts. So my buddy Landon and myself are passing cards back and forth now, right? And then like the idea
Yeah.
of, oh, could I get these graded and shipped? You don't have to worry about a card being worth money. You can be like, this would be a fun graded card. And oh, Jeff, I don't know if you heard that noise. I was worried. We got the gum, and
Oh,
I don't
you're
think
gonna
this
do
gum
it?
is
How's
coming
it look?
back a
It looks
Gem Mint
chew.
10,
It
unfortunately.
looks chewable. It
No.
looks like
Have you ever
candy
done
stuff.
that? I know people have told you on stream to do that. Have you ever chewed any of this gum? This is like a
No,
razor
I'm not
blade.
a
I could
fan.
open packs of cards with this gum.
John Jab's done.
Oh my gosh. One that got away. Unfortunately, that's the only problem is all of the back, they've got the descriptions on them, which are great, but all the backs are the same. So BA's biggest van, that's almost a pun. It's fine. These are hilarious. These are the so bad it's good cards because like none of those like the Chi2 cards, the Supergirl
Ooh.
cards like are actually cool looking. Like the sticker's cool. That the sticker card in here was cool, but like these it's just like here's a car.
Walker Morgan just showed up to say, "Hey,
Walker.
good man." As Dre knows, I sent Dre a video of me and Walker. Walker came and hung out at Mint on Card this Friday, and it was nice to see him.
El Celdo just brought up a good point in chat, which is good enough to slap on a trap keeper. I'm actually wondering, like, that would be a fun kind of project, right? Like, I store cards in boxes, I've got binders, etc. That's not a bad way. Like, if you wanted to just have a sticker collection, is get a really rad trapper keeper and start collecting them that way. And speaking of which, I've got a turtle sticker coming here, Jeff.
It's Donatello. Look,
Okay. That what? I don't
it's a
remember this
Corey Feldman.
Donatello. No, you're not wrong, but like, I'm not thrilled about that one. It is a
It looks
sticker.
like Leo.
Kind of does look like Leo. Okay, so nice. It does look like these are like my favorite because I'm a nerd, Jeff, where it's scene from the movie in order, telling you what's going on, tells you the rest. So like if your parents won't take you to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you can collect all of the cards and get it. And April O'Neil, I should be better at remembering names. You're great at actresses' names, but she didn't show up in the sequel because she said, "Hey, you're mistreating the actors," and they fired her.
Yep.
This.
She was also calling out how. She was also calling out how violent the movie was.
Speaking of which, though, I do have a. So there's that. Sorry, this might just me. I hate this Donatello. I hate it. I just like the image looks wrong. I remember the turtles looking so cool and like. I don't know. This is a cool one though. Courage of April, where she's holding Raph's Sai incorrectly. That's a good looking card. Subway Assault. Until Next Crime. Remember, is that when they're escaping? Okay, next one coming up. This is a good looking one. This is a Leonardo.
Oh,
That's a
the
good
official
looking one.
Leonardo.
Official, yeah, number 2. Nerdy fact, the Turtles did not have colors on their bandanas in the comics. That was changed for the cartoons and movies.
They were red.
Oh, heck yeah, look at this one. This is one of my favorites.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what? The only thing that bums me, Jeff, and maybe I'll have to ask Landon if he sees any more to get any, we did not get the Jose Canseco bats. Because rest assured, if I ever draw a Jose Canseco card, Casey Jones with a Jose Canseco bat, that's going right to Jeff. All right.
Jose, I wonder if they have that scene.
The good news is let's do a quick browser check. So we'll go over there. You see that over at TCDB. They show all the stuff. So I'm about to be doing Loki. All I was going to show beforehand is non-sport sets Loki. So I'm halfway through the set, 54 out of 90. I'm not going to go too much longer because Landon, I did not know he was going to be sending out many. I knew he was sending me the, and I'm just busting open this Loki hobby as we talk. So 54 out of 90 in this Loki set. But I knew he was sending back the Doom Kit cards because we were like, let's get him graded. And Jeff, it's a waste of money, I know, but I think I've got to do the double grade. I
Oh, are
got
you
to get the
grading the
card and I'm going to
card?
spend
Yeah.
35. I do not have 20 autograph cards to send in to even get the discount. So just spend $35 to get
Yeah,
them.
that seems.
But
But I
again,
mean, is the
it's not it's
signature, is the auto good enough to grade a 10, or should you just authenticate it? You also don't
interest.
have to when the card is of itself an autographed card.
But it's
Like they'll
going for
know
the
it's
silliness, is
authenticated.
what I'm saying, right? Like it's kind of
Oh,
like if you're getting a friend thing. So I think I'll just do 3 because we had I did not anticipate that many packs of cards. Landon, aka Jimmy, and Bimmy out fighting crime. Thank you so much. That was more than I expected. Those T2 cards are rad. I am really interested in what you just said, Jeff, about there being another set that's more popular. Because I definitely want to do a compare and contrast because I was thrilled with those. All right, so we'll do 3 Loki, and then I'm going to head over, actually, to potentially talk a few things with my buddy Landon. Over at twitch.tv/RicksterGT, we play video games. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy VIII. And Jeff, one thing I might do for nerdiness is I am debating making a Jeff Has Cool Cards website because people got to be able to see your Fiona Shaw autograph collection in all of its glory. And Patreon is not a fantastic content management system. You killed us. I just like the title of that card. Bad Memory Prison. Ooh, nice. TVA Pro. Oh, this is nice. This is so you've actually seen season 1. So this is okay. This is before we know who the evil Loki is. So that's when.
yeah.
That's a cool looking card. We've talked this because you broke what upper decks did you break recently on your show, Jeff?
WandaVision. We did some
The
WandaVisions.
one I hate to be mean, and I think this is just a byproduct of how the shows are filmed. WandaVision, I think definitely makes nicer cards, but that's in part because the whole show is an homage to different styles of sitcoms, so they're well lit and cool scenes. So, yeah, I do definitely like the purple variant. These are 1 and 2. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Help Us and Who Knows. Your all variant spoiler card. There we go.
Oh, so you got a hobby, so there should be an auto in there, right?
At some point, but I'm doing this piecemeal. I'm only doing 3 at a time. Now, lesson kind of you've brought up, Jeff, on doing breaks. So again, few things, people. I think you all know it in the chat, but if you do not, patreon.com/Jeff May is how you can support more stuff. Subscribe to Jeff Has Cool Cards if you're just watching this and are not subscribed yet. It also helps because if Jeff ever does surprise breaks, and Jeff, going through your back catalog, you do that. Occasionally, Jeff's like, I just got to break some cards. Gonna kill Elioth. That's the giant monster. Glorious Purpose. Ooh, this is cool. I don't think I've seen one of these before. Alternate Time Branch Lamentus. That's a pretty looking card.
What's the number of it?
It's AT8, or ATB. So this is the Adam Todd Brown. That's the Adam
Adam
Todd Brown card.
one, yeah.
ATB got his own set in Loki. Does he know that? This is ATB4, which is just Adam Todd Brown 4, which is where Adam Todd Brown dies on Lamentus in 2077. Watch the show. Keep your eyes out for Adam Todd Brown in the show. I'm sure he's there. This is when Loki. This is a cool card. So green variant. These are 1 and 2. That's showing up really nice in the camera. This is when we discover that Loki is DB Cooper. Could that thing charge the temp pad? Our buddy. We got a case hit of his that's sadly scratched, but is very cool. There's that.
You got the case hit, and it was.
Remember that was the temp pad, the metal temp pad thing. That's a case hit, and it's a little scratched on the front because just happens.
Yeah.
That's the rough part is when you want to make cool, when you want to put cool stuff, when you want to put autographs and relics and things that aren't exactly cards in a card thing, it's going to have to be shipped and handled and dinged around, moved around. Alligator Loki, love these.
We love an Alligator Loki.
Citadel at the End of Time. For all time, always, this is an insert. That's definitely cool. Softening in the Time Cell. This is bummer because this is a cool scene, but this card does not do it justice. So when spoiler alert, when the variant Loki bombs the timeline, so it just like spirals out of control. This is indeed the start of that sequence, but it does not do that scene justice. This is one of my favorite cards because it's just like it's not a good card. They can't all be winners. It's just like two poorly lit people. The end of 1,000 worlds, and yeah, that's the set. So that was a fun night. Landon, thank you so much for that. I was not expecting all the cool cards. I was not expecting to be grading like 80 stickers or just like I may have to take El Celdo's point to heart and like find a cool trapper keeper, to just start putting stuff on. So few things to talk. Jeff has cool cards, of course. Subscribed if you're not. You're here, so it's just one more step if you haven't subscribed. You are planning to break Wednesday, right? The normal time?
Yep. Yeah, I'll do a break on Wednesday. So I have a break on Wednesday. That would be, I'm trying to figure out what to break as of this time, but I got some cool stuff.
What I have been loving,
up, so.
and tell Jeff in the comments if you agree, I love when Jeff gives the audience an option. I love when he asks us what he thinks he should break. My favorite is when you started it, you proved that all of your fans are real because you listed like 3 things, and one of them was retails between 1 and 200, the like Impel Marvel or the X-Men Series 2.
The X-Men Series 2.
You were like, which of these 3 things would you like to have? And your audience was all like, the most expensive one, obviously. And I'm like, good, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, people were happy about them. I mailed those cards out too, so people should have gotten those.
I am looking forward to those, and I have been eyeing. So there's 2 things on my agenda in the near future, Jeff. So the Fox Cities card show that happens bi-monthly at Neuroscience Field is happening in a week. I'm going to head there. One of my favorite guys from a comics shop, Scooter G's Comics, is going to be there. He usually is, at least. He usually has a booth. He used to have a shop that unfortunately shut down, which is probably good for my wallet because it was one of the coolest card shops I'd ever seen.
Sorry to hear that.
But again, he shows up monthly he shows up like bi-monthly at a card show I can see. But anyway, with that being said, he's got a bunch of 1992 X-Men foils, and I think I'm just going to go try and see what he wants for all of them because he usually charges like $3 to $5 for each. So I'm pretty sure if I just come through and scoop them all up and I'm like, can I give you 20 for all of them? That would be fun. And then if I see one of those hobby boxes go on sale, I'm definitely going to pick them up because I would love to get an X-Men Series 1 completed set. All right, not bad stuff here, Jeff. There is the haul. Do you have a Jeff Has Cool Friends coming out tomorrow for the Patreon?
We do. We have a Jeff Has Cool Friends coming out tomorrow. It is a very good friend of mine. I'll say the name. My very good friend, John Hastings, who is a very accomplished stand-up comedian. He got heckled by somebody that I've done a podcast about. Which is, yes.
That's a clue.
And he is incredibly weird. Like, his accomplishments are both incredible and very strange and wonderful, and I was very happy that he had the time to do it. He just released a new comedy special on YouTube. He's doing 3 this year, broken up, so it's like one special but broken up into 3 chunks, done in a very specific way. I was fascinated by the way he's doing it, so I wanted to have him on. And ironically, we barely talk about comedy. We get distracted by something and have a really good time. So,
well, that's. I mean, I'll really shout out the Jeff Has Cool Friends show as we're talking about that. Like, that is one of the things I love. Is right. You will have amazing, talented people that have done amazing things that, of course, you want to hear about. But then also, you know that they've done YouTube videos on it. Like when you had Simpsons guy whose name I refuse to say because I'm always going to mess up his name, and I know that ahead of time.
You're talking David Silverman?
David Silverman. Like my brain is just like, it's like, I'm leaving you now. It's the same thing about sports. Occasionally I'll do that. I'll be like, and that guy, Larry Canary on the Boston Celtics. It's like, that's nope. But you talk about other stuff because you're like, you can go to YouTube and watch like behind the scenes Simpsons documentaries if that's what you're going for. But we want to talk the other stuff, and you do that too. I love when you get into Diner Talk. You and Logan Trent talking about like Cracker Barrel is one of my favorite things of all time. But
I
yeah,
love Cracker Barrel.
who doesn't?
I shout out to Walker. He said he was taken off. Yeah, no, it's I do like what's great. I love talking about like, and you hate to be like, oh, you have this famous person who's famous for a reason, and you want to talk to them about the thing, but it's like they've probably done that a million times. And so like I like to see when it starts getting weird. Like John and I, we started talking, and I don't want to spoil it, but we started talking, and a pretty big pop culture thing came up, and we both realized that we were kind of the same kid growing up and started getting like really nerdy about it. It was a lot of fun.
I am so looking forward to this. This is very exciting. And danger alert for people that subscribe, patreon.com/Jeff May. You release those at midnight, which is dangerous for those of us on Central Time because that's 2 a.m.
I actually released them at 12:01 a.m.
But yeah, that's 2:01 a.m. my time. But that is
Yeah.
occasionally dangerous. If for whatever reason I happen to be up late doing work or something, I'm like, it is, that 2 a.m. is like, it is, you need to be in bed. And
Yeah.
occasionally, if like a show
Nobody should be
releases,
listening. That's for like my Australian listeners or something like,
Yeah.
but it is one of those things where like patrons get it ASAP. As soon as Tuesday starts, they get it. Whereas with the free feed, they'll get it next week at 6 a.m.
Don't tell him if he's still in the chat, Jeff. This might be heading back to Landon. That is so cool. That's just too cool.
He said he didn't see any more, but he'll keep an eye out. So Landon is in here.
Yeah, I was joking the same way when you if you last thing like Jeff has cool cards. If you check out when Jeff has stuff, I'm trying to debate on that. It's kind of bowed. But I'm just debating on that as a grade. I don't know. It's just cool. I don't think it's worth very much regardless, so this might be cool to just use as a sticker, honestly. And actually that's discoloration. That's not part of the card. That's discoloration on the back. So this thing won't grade worth anything. So yeah, this is just, I might find a Trapper Keeper and put this sticker on it. All right. Last thing I got to bring up, Jeff, just because I was so proud of you. This was so amazing, and I don't want to mess up the phrase, and then we can head out, is you were fantastic, and I want to make sure I get the app name correct. But was it Mike Mayhew?
Mike Mayhew. So Mike Mayhew, the artist, who actually I believe he was the first person to ever do Chrysanthemum, the Wookiee bounty hunter.
Yeah, you brought that up a few times.
Boba Fett, yeah. And he actually was the artist of the Star Wars comic where Obi-Wan's protecting young Luke, and Chrysanthemum. I think he was the first person to do Chrysanthemum, but he's a genius artist and also like really good at the business of art. And he does Whatnot and eBay live stream auctions. And I had some Thursday afternoon time, so I decided to host for him, and it was just so much fun.
And I'll say this in a good bad way. You're dangerous, because I was like, I'm going to support my buddy Jeff. It's like, I'm going to support my buddy Jeff. And actually, it's addicting because you do like random ones. So I'm showing this on the screen. You're like, here's a cool set of stuff you're going to want to look at. Like, you're going to want to get.
You got the sneaker variant,
I didn't know this ahead of time, though. So I bid $28, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to win for 28. It's going to go higher. But I was like, I just got to click the button. Got to see it. Won for $28, and it was a 2-pack, right? I'm not sure if it's signed or not. I think so. I can't see the stream anymore.
Yeah, they were all signed.
Yeah, but so here's the thing, Jeff on Whatnot. So follow Jeff on social media so he keeps you posted. But you did this for I think 2 to 3 hours, selling Mike Mayhew's stuff. Some of the stuff we could see and bid on. Some of the stuff is like mystery box, but you would give spoilers. And if you come in, unless you are Bedlam Comics, right? There was a reseller on there that was buying everything.
Online retailer, yeah.
But unless you were them, like if you caught the right time, because allegedly this is a $60 comic, not even signed, and picked it up for 28 in a 2-pack, and I'm looking forward to releasing that on that. So, Jeff, you're just killing it. Follow Jeff on the social so you know. I'm looking at Jeff's Patreon. Hey there, Jeff Rowe. That is Instagram and Twitter as well. Patreon.com/Jeff May, of course. Subscribe if you have not, for whatever reason, at Jeff Has Cool Cards, which is where you are at now. Jeff, anything else before we play the outro music and head out?
No, we got a great episode of Jeff Has Cool Friends dropping tomorrow. I definitely suggest, it's a good episode if you want somebody you probably haven't really heard of, but you might recognize from the TV. But on top of that, too, listen to it and you can cancel if you don't like the show. You don't lose any money.
Yeah.
That's the other part. I don't do immediate billing, so go for it. Listen to the show.
Excluding the rookie card tier. So, reminder, Jeff sends stuff out in the mail. We haven't quite gotten a system up because, basically there would, if you wanted anything from my breaks, it would at bare minimum be a 2-month lag, right? I'd have to send it to Jeff.
Oh yeah.
He'd send it out. We've done it. We'll throw this out there. If you're a special listener, it has happened on occasion because Jeff has some of the coolest fans and we've definitely done that. But yeah, patreon.com/Jeff May. That's the one not immediate billing. If you sign up for a rookie card tier, Jeff will send you stuff in the mail. Waits till billing go through, and then customizable packs, which are amazing. I think that's everything, Jeff. We will come back here on Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific time to see what Jeff breaks. We don't know yet. We don't know. Follow him on the socials so you can find that.
I'll probably throw something out tomorrow. We'll maybe do a vote, and we'll see what I can do. You know what? Actually, Dre?
What do we got?
You know what, Dre? Give me a second. Let me go into my studio and see what I got here.
All right. So, sorry, this is a slight rerun. We'll just go through the cards again while Jeff's doing that.
I have that new Ninja Turtles set. That
was rad. That one looks really cool.
There's Bloodlines. I still have 3 WandaVision blasters. I have an Obi-Wan Kenobi sealed. I have Garbage Pail Kids, Kids at Play, Pro Set Superstars music cards, Space Jam, A New Legacy, Shadowhawk, DC versus Marvel. I still have half of that Garbage Pail Kids Intergalactic, but I'm going to hold that for next time. I have a Marvel Beginnings, a 2022 or 2023 Star Wars Chrome. I'm not going to do the Nintendopes because I think I'm going to bring that with me to North Carolina.
Ooh, nice.
To do the break. Because it's the most portable box that I have for a break.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'll put this on the spreadsheet, Jeff, but my advanced request on that is I would like the box.
You want the box?
You can fold it down. I'm not worried about that's just, you've seen the Nintendo's box where it's got the little, if you see the image, the JPEG I used for this episode, my backdrop is Zelda themed because I love Zelda. First episode of Nerd, Zelda 2. Take a shot, Mike, if you're watching. And so I love Zelda, and it is a great little Link picture on the front and checklist on the back. So love the box, Jeff.
Yeah. So let's see. For my options of what I will do, maybe I'll put up Star Wars 2023, maybe Shadowhawk, which is a 48 count box.
I'm going to pad the box. That Ninja Turtles set looks freaking rad.
I might do Ninja. The problem with the Ninja Turtles cards is I think they're tall. I think they're very tall, and I ran out of tall plastics because of the Vertigo cards.
Oh yeah.
So I'd have to go and get some supplies, which I can go do. So I might do maybe Shadowhawk, Ninja Turtles, and maybe Star Wars.
Ooh, nice.
So that way it covers 3 different chunks of ground pretty well.
Can I throw out one more thing, Jeff? I'm not sure if you want to do this as an appetizer before the episode or a callback after the episode. I know you have 4 packs of He-Man cards, which might.
I'm not sure. If we want, we can open them. We can do that to promote because the episode drops on Thursday, right?
That's the plan. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, we're going to record behind the scenes. You stayed late, so we're giving you bonus content. Thank you, listeners. We're going to be recording next episode of Nerd. It will be He-Man themed. If you know this season, you can probably get a hint, but you probably won't guess. That's the other fun thing, Jeff. I'll leave that as a mystery. So He-Man themed is the next episode. You won't guess probably. Is my second hint.
Said it.
Oh, did you say the full thing?
Oh, I've said it on different podcasts and stuff.
Okay, so I don't know if you've said did you say the exact set? You've done too many podcasts for me to have the time
I have.
to go back and listen to all of them. Okay, so either go back and listen to the backlog of all of Jeff's podcasts that he's done, which he has done a ton, or just tune in, and it's He-Man themed, hopefully with a very cool guest if the stars align.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming out this Thursday. So maybe on Wednesday, Jeff. Yeah, I'd be down if you, because it's only 4. I've kind of learned that on vintage packs, like a hobby box of vintage packs, like you run out of steam really quick, right? Where you're just like, oh, this scene, great, versus like 1 pack was perfect. Gum card. We lost you to the gum. We lost you to the gum. Are you nuts? All right, well that sounds good. Pay attention to patreon.com/Jeff May to get a chance to vote potentially, because Jeff has been doing that lately. Had a lot of fun.
What I do is I do it on Patreon, Twitter, and Instagram, and I tally all votes.
Good God, Jeff, you are a machine.
If you're on Patreon, you get an extra vote, and if you follow me on the other ones, you get an extra vote.
Love it, absolutely love it. Okay, Jeff. Well, I've kept you late. I'm going to play us out.
Yep. All good.
I'll ping you a little after, by the way, so I'll tell you when the recording is stopped, and then All right.
Okay.
So we're talking over the music that Jeff can't hear. Yeah. You should you should learn other stuff. My wife was watching a retro show, do you remember this the other night? I Feel Like Chicken Tonight. Thought she'd have gotten a kick.
Oh, nice. I feel like chicken tonight. Like chicken tonight.
All right. Well, I am sec.